Today, I will be giving you guys tips and tricks for how to clean your house a little easier, hopefully make it a little more fun too. Because I've been washing dishes since before the age of 8. But as soon as I turned 8, my dad said, "Happy birthday! You get to wash dishes as a regular chore now." So I ended up having to do it every weekend, and my brothers had weekdays. They would switch off. But soon after, both of them got jobs as dishwashers. So my parents felt like it was unfair to make them keep washing dishes at home since that's what they already did at work. And I see where they're coming from. And I didn't mind. I don't mind washing dishes. Cleaning is therapeutic for me. I just like taking my time with it. But when they had me messed up was when they tried to be like, have to wash them 2 to 3 times a day. No, we are not doing that at all. Yeah, I'll wash them at night so that they could be clean for the next day, but I'm not about to be washing them 2 to 3 times. You made a dish dirty that you know you're gonna need later. You can wash that yourself. Even I, as an 8-year-old, understood that, so that's how I knew it was unfair. But considering I have been cleaning for a very long time, I created a little process inside my head where I examine what I'm about to clean, because I have a specific process for my own home, but if I'm helping another friend clean, I have to ask, okay, where does this go, or does that go? I'll hand them a pile and I'll be like, here, can you help me with this? Because there's certain things that I do not want to touch. If there's a bunch of cables, I don't know what they go to, that is not my problem. But dishes and dirty laundry or trash on the floor, I know where that goes. When it comes to cleaning my own house, I tend to start away from the kitchen. I like to start in the rooms, bring that out to the living room, and then work my way to the kitchen. The reason why I like to do it like that is because usually the kitchen's the part that's going to take me the longest. I have to do the dishes, sometimes I have to clean the stove, even though not really, because that's my boyfriend's problem. I'll clean off the counters, the table, the side part. We don't really have cabinets yet. I'll get into all of that later on. I've specifically made my house messy just so I could show y'all how I clean it, because the house gets dirty regardless. Houses get dirty so easily, especially the kitchen, which is why one of my tips is do not stress over the kitchen. You can make one meal, whether it be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and somehow 10 dishes are dirty, the floor is a mess. I'm a messy person. I'm just clumsy. I drop stuff, but it's okay because I know I'm gonna clean it anyway, so there's no point in getting mad about it. Yes, it can still be frustrating, but just do your best to not stress out over it. Yeah, it was one more thing added, but just play some music in the background, relax, do whatever you gotta do to relax. We all have a different process. We all take our time with certain things. It's not that big of a deal. Another part of my process is, before I start, I think what needs to be done first, what can wait, and what is going to take me the longest to do. If I'm supposed to wash the dishes, I don't do the laundry, but if I'm gonna do laundry, I'll wait on the dishes until much later. But I will still I'll start on the bathroom and I'll put all the chemicals on the tub, on the toilet, the sink, the mirror, so that can all soak up, get all nice and clean, and then eventually I'll get back to that. Usually what I'll do is I'll put the load of laundry, do that to the bathroom, sweep the whole house, or depending on how much I can get done, 1 or 2 rooms, maybe the living room, and then I just keep going from there. But it really just depends on your own process. Another really good tip that I learned for people with ADHD, I have not been diagnosed, but I am fairly certain that I have it, because I can start cleaning up and I'll start picking up everything and I'm driving myself nuts just going from one room to another, dropping one thing at a time. So I found that it's easiest to only pick up things that go in that certain room. Whatever goes in my boyfriend's room will go into his room, whatever goes in my room will go into my room. Whatever goes to the kitchen, goes to the kitchen. Like, I do not take care of it in that moment. I will get back to that later, once I get to really focusing in on that room. Because if not, I'm just going to continue to do so many tasks and I'm not going to finish anything. So I prefer using my hands because this way I remember to put down the things. But other people have used baskets because not everyone can hold it, like hold a bunch of stuff. Sometimes there's too many things to carry and you do still have to make more than one trip. I still prefer my hands just because if not, I'm going to forget about that task and I'm going to start picking other things up, as where the basket can help you just like, okay, basket, you can visualize everything, you can set it down if you need to, rather than like having to do everything in that specific moment. Cleaning is by no means easy. You have to be looking for it. Like, if you don't look for the mess, sometimes you can't really see it. Like with my floor, it has cracks, like it's an old house. So it looks like there's a lot of specks of dirt on the floor, but it's just the tile. And because it looks like just the tile, I can go almost a week, maybe more, without sweeping because my brain goes, it's not dirty. That's also a chore I tend to leave for my boyfriend, but that is not the point, okay? But next up, I will be showing you guys my process about cleaning and how I, like, what products I use, how I get started. You're gonna see my dirty ass house. So here's my house. It is fairly dirty. That place is just always a mess. I've been semi-cleaning up a little bit. I tried to make it dirty, but it bothered me. Gonna have to change that old water. My room, cleaned up the desk a little bit. These are some of the cleaners that I use. Really, just use whatever you can get your hands on. Like, everything I got here is basically from Dollar Tree. This antibacterial, which cuts through grease. Lime away. But Dollar Tree would have it in a smaller packaging. I think my mom got me this one this last time. And then Windex. Alright? Basic. All you really need. Even if you don't have any of this, if you have vinegar and a spray bottle, that's all good as well. As long as you have something good to scrub, some gloves because you're not trying to hurt your hands, rag or paper towels, depends on what you prefer to use. For certain tasks, I prefer to use paper towels just because I don't want to get this too dirty, even though I know it's supposed to get dirty, but I don't like it. This is how I start the process for washing dishes. I get the sponge wet. I use about that much soap. Honestly, because it feels like the dishes aren't really clean if I don't have a lot of bubbles on them. Here you can just see me like scrubbing away, making sure I get everywhere. This is my favorite part, where I stack the dishes. I tend to start with the cutting boards, then the small plates. After that, the big plates. Then I begin to stack the bowls on top of one another to make space for the cups, as you can see here. For the purpose of not making this video too long, I'm only showing how I put the toilet cleaner on first, then I clean the mirror while I let the cleaning product do its job. And when I'm done with the mirror, I just scrub until I feel like it's good and ready. Once I'm done, I just flush the toilet. In this clip, I'm just walking around collecting all the bags from our small trash cans. I also didn't record me putting bags on them, but I did it right after I was done. In this segment, all I'm doing is organizing the cubby section, putting everything where it goes, and moving a couple things so that everything fits perfectly fine. Because I have a lot of art supplies. A little ashamed, but not really. This is a prime example of how I pick up everything I see that goes to the kitchen. That's my claw hand. It could pick up a lot of objects and trash. Since this time I didn't have too many things, I just kind of put them where they went. The trash in the trash, the ranch in the fridge, so that it's much easier to pick up the kitchen once I'm done doing the rest of the house. So I finished cleaning, and my boyfriend got home, so now we have a bunch of stuff up here. But this side is done. My cousin came over, so that's why that's out. But other than that, I finished everything up.